light, you're gonna be recycled back here into a new embryo to start the cycle over again. But if you embrace the darkness and see what's within, the true God, you'll realize your full potential. At the moment of death comes an opportunity to leave this matrix. If you go into the light, you're gonna be recycled back here into a new embryo to start the cycle over again. But if you embrace the darkness and see what's within, the true God, you'll realize your full potential. At the moment of death comes an opportunity.
Maybe we're in hell.
Whoa, oh my God. Oh, poor drugs, I want to know what this stuff is. Whoa.
Maybe that's what a four-dimensional object really looks like.
If that's the way out, how do we use it? I'm not dying in a fucking rat maze!
I know where the exit is.
Thanks for joining me. Somebody asked me to dissect this no force and flat earth, give you a deeper look at what's going on. So remember in the movie Avatar, you had the Tree of Souls at the center of their forest, that special place, the Tree of Souls. And what I'm telling you is that like the Tree of Souls would have been like the astral web that spread out across the flat earth plane, and these giant trees were silica trees, or like you have silicone chips in a computer. And the astral web, sort of like when you see in Ghostbusters, they show you all these ghosts are green. And what I'm telling you is that before these trees were knocked down, there was a living web, an astral web that spread out across the earth. Silicon trees like silicon chips. It was a superhighway of information that has been chopped down. And now what's left is these mountains, which are the roots and the stumps of these giant trees that used to spread out across the earth. At the center of the dish is the Holy of Holies, where the Tree of Life comes shooting out. So let's take a look at something. You go into a church, you kneel down to the feminine, okay? You kneel down to the feminine, and you place holy water on your head, okay? And you go into a church and you do the upside down cross. You go from your head to your chest, left to right, doing this upside down cross, which makes perfect sense that this is Jesus right here, because it says, as above, so below, as within, so without. You see one thumb in, one thumb out, and you see the two snakes right there. One's black, one's white. And what I'm telling you, this is as above, so below, 2 fingers up, 2 fingers down, as within, so without. This is the same story over and over and over again. At the center of the dish is your doorway to heaven, okay? So your stairway to heaven is what, like your Jacob's ladder, that's the Holy of Holies at the center of the dish where every compass points to. So I've been pointing out, every compass like this one, you see, is pointing to where Jesus places his light into the hole. At the center of the dish, out from that hole comes the Tree of Life, shooting out, hits the parabolic mirror, and showers down on us. Before all these trees were knocked down, that astral light would have spread out across the earth through these veins, or these roots, on these silica trees, sort of like silicon chips. And the land beneath us is the land of perpetual twilight. So, like for example, you see these fish over here, and it looks like the division symbol. And what I'm seeing is, like, for example, you're birthed out of your mother's water. Your father places his junk into your mother's trunk, and then 9 months later, you're birthed out of your mother's water onto the dock, and the dock doctors the papers and sends them off to the vital statistics office, and they send back to the hospital a certificate, because when a ship berths into a port and berths out that all those goods onto a new country's soil, there's a birth certificate that's given to the captain, and that accounts for all that inventory. So that birth certificate that you have shows you that your inventory, it looks just like a warehouse receipt. It has all the numbers on the bonding paper exactly like a birth certificate, exactly like a stock certificate with the special paper and the numbers and all that stuff. That's because you're stock and you're lost at sea. You know, there's plenty of fish in the sea, right? So what I'm getting at here is that the land of perpetual twilight is beneath us. So we have the sun above our head, which is 32 nautical miles in diameter. It spirals in and spirals out, bringing the seasons. Okay, the land beneath us has the black sun, which is stationary, and it's 800 nautical miles in diameter, and it's fixed because the astral jet has to come shooting out through that hole, hit the parabolic mirror, and shower down on us. Before, there used to be trees that light would go shooting through, and that was like the living, breathing astral web that spread out across the earth. And now, that's all been chopped down, and we're living in a mining colony. Everybody is working for worthless paper backed by their own stupidity, and now their god is time. Their time is money. You will get to school on time, pay your bills on time. Everything will be done on time. You see, you go to a strip club and you make it rain, okay? You make it rain, and that's just crazy, people. So what I'm getting at is that at the center of the dish is where you're going to find the land of milk and honey. It's the land of perpetual twilight. You're going to go into the hole at the center of the dish where every compass points to, okay? And when you pop out the other side, you're going to see all those giant trees and all that shit. It still exists. It's just like the electric universe model. They said that Saturn was the primary sun. It was up in the sky, stationary. It's still exactly like that. But you need to get to the Holy of Holies at the center of the dish. And when you go through that hole and you pop out the other side, okay, you're on the division symbol right now, the chessboard. Okay? On the other side is the land of perpetual twilight. That's where we're going to find, okay, heaven and the Garden of Eden. Okay, it's right over there at the center of the dish, the Holy of Holies, every compass points to. So again, you walk into a church, you kneel down to the feminine, you make an upside-down cross, and when you go inside a church, you'll see that there's the stained glass windows showing you that you're focusing all your intent onto the black sun, which is Satan. So the sun above your head is making your flesh, your bones, and your blood. And now that you're here, you want to bring something into reality? That's coming through the black sun. And it's just that simple. They're showing you right over here. Like when you go to marry a woman, you give her a ring, okay? That's not like a Vesca Pisces. That's like, and you put it on your limp finger. Your wedding finger is your limp finger, not like your fuck you finger, okay? It's your limp finger showing you that you need to go where Jesus places his light into the hole. That's where the fountain of youth is. You see the pin the tail on the dawn key right there? X marks the spot. There's no way to mess this up. You know, you spin somebody around like you're in the world, like a whirlwind spinning around. That's why you spin someone around. And you blindfold them. Okay, that's sort of like on your birthday. You close your eyes and make a wish, blow out the candle, and focus all your intent onto the black sun. You go into a church, and you see stained glass windows. That's because they're blocking out the sun above your head and focusing your intent onto the black sun. Okay, the black sun, you're a black hole. Your eyes are sucking in light like a black hole. Your ears are sucking in sound like a black hole. Your taste buds and your everything in your body, you're a black hole, is what you can't see. And you're on the checkerboard right now, the chessboard. There's the hole at the center of the dish called the Holy of Holies. X marks the spot. There's no way to mess it up. And It's the two bowls, as in the Bible, as in two bowls, okay? Which is one side of a light hole is a black hole. So it's one sun, okay, it's one coin with two sides. If you open up a Black's Law Dictionary, 1936 edition, and you look up the definition of a human being, you will see that it's a monster with no inheritable blood, cannot be heir to any land unless through marriage. And to get married, you need a marriage license, a certificate, showing you that you're owned, just like a birth certificate. And your children are stock owned by the government. And you are marked down as lost at sea. Your country set up a corporation in your name, and if you look up the definition of a corporation, it's dead corpse. So you would be the walking dead, literally. So what I'm seeing here is the center of the dish, where every compass points to, is the Holy of Holies. It's one side of a light hole is a black hole. Now, let's go back over here to the checkerboard. This would be Adam, the chessboard, and a rib was broken off of Adam and placed up in the sky to make Eve, and that would be the moon, which is sending down a square wave at you, keeping your brain half shut off, where half of your brain is shut off and you can't see what's hiding in plain sight. When I see this, I see one side of a light hole is a black hole, the two bowls like the Bible, okay? The pair of ox. What I see over here is where every monster needs to get to before they're dead, at the Holy of Holies at the center of the dish. It's very simple. How's it going? How's it going? Thanks for joining me. And what you're going to see here is that they're rubbing something in your face. I've been telling you, when you die, you need to avoid the light. That's a trick. You're going to end up at the moon, and you're going to have your memories erased, and you're going to be placed back into another womb to live out another lifetime here in the free energy matrix. You're a star at your heart, and you've been trapped in your body, which your 50 trillion cells, your kundalini, which is you have a star at your heart, and now it's forced to take a shit, get horny, get hungry, a pain in your heart, a frog in your throat, a headache, your scalp tightens up. You've been trapped in your body, and once you free from your body, you need to head for the darkness, for the void, and you need to quiet your head and project from your heart. And they're going to show you this. Take a look. Shh, be quiet. Shh. Now see, he's not entering the light. Heaven is not where the light is, people. You need to enter the void and understand something. You're a powerful creator, as powerful as any other out there. And when you enter the void, you can create from a thought. And your thoughts need to be coming from your heart. Otherwise, whatever you think is going to immediately come into existence, and you're going to end up creating a hell for yourself out of fear. So you get fear, which would be coming from your head, and love would be coming from your heart. And you need to quiet down, because whatever you think is going to immediately come into existence in the void. So they're telling him, you see that? Shh. So let's be very clear with you. When you die, you're going to want to head for the void and shh, because whatever you think or feel is going to immediately cause something to come into existence. And you need to make sure that you create from your heart. Shh. You're going to need to quiet those thoughts in your head, and you need to go within. So when you get to the void, you need to go within to your heart and start creating from your heart, because you will create a hell for yourself if you're not careful. So now you're in this machine right now on the free energy matrix, and things don't immediately come into existence. If you want a sandwich, you need to, the world you're in is powered by intent. If you intend to make a sandwich, you're going to go get yourself some bread and whatever toppings you want on your sandwich, and you would be able to create a sandwich then. And that would take some time. If you don't have bread, you're going to need to go to the store. It's going to, you see what I'm saying? This is not the case when you head into the void. If you want a sandwich and you think a sandwich is going to appear. If you think of something scary, it's going to appear instantly. And you could find yourself in a world of hurt really quick. So when I say you need to go within to your heart and find your own light, I'm serious here. If you don't, you're going to end up creating a hell for yourself. So let's say you're not ready for the void. Then you could find your way back to the sun. You're a fractal of the sun. The earth is a fractal of the sun. Now, you were fashioned from clay, and
you're going to see this right over here. We're going to show you Tom Sawyer. Again, the adventures of Mark Twain. And this is Satan's world that you're trapped in. Take a look.
Who are you?
An angel.
What's your name?
Satan. Uh-oh. What's the matter?
Nothing. Only it's sure a sorry name for an angel.
Please, come in.
See, you were lured into the solar system. The fake construct, the soul lure. You were lured in. Your soul was lured into a cage, into a box. You're on a flat earth plane. They're rubbing in your face. Satan created you to do work. He brought you in here to do work. He can create more of you when he needs you to do work.
How did you learn to do that?
I didn't learn it at all. It comes naturally to me, like other curious things. Are you hungry?
Sure am.
What kind of fruit do you like the most?
Oranges, apples, grapes.
Now your children are the forbidden fruit. You know, look up vampire therapy, you'll see that the blood of your children reverses aging. Now, you say to your kid, you're the apple of my eye, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree, you know the teacher's desk is an apple, we're talking about the family tree here. So Adam and Eve would have eaten their first child. See the frog over here? They always make sure there's a frog in all your shows, or a lizard or some reptilian. You have a reptilian core to your brain. It's responsible for fight or flight. You're a slave class reptilian. You're the food class. Now see, he's handing them balls of clay. Humans are fashioned from clay, angels are fashioned from light, and the jinn are fashioned from fire. When you die, you can go back to Mother Earth. You were fashioned from the clay of the earth. You can go back to the earth. You can go to the sun. Now they have you fearing the hell beneath your feet because they don't want you going back to Mother Earth, and they certainly don't want you going back to the sun. You're a fractal of the sun. You only survive by way of the sun through the plants and animals that you eat. Whether you're a vampire, whether you're sun gazer, or you get your energy from the food that you eat, which was created by the sun. The sun goes to the plants, and when they say Jesus turned water into wine, that's the sun. Rain falls down on the plants, and then the grapes grow, and you can make your wine from grapes. It's the sun that did it. You get all your energy from the sun. You've been fashioned from clay. You can go back to the sun if you can make it. But you're going to enter the light, which is going to be a false light, and you're going to end up in the Pac-Man moon with your memory erased, and you're going to be placed back into another embryo in your new mother. And I know this is hard to grasp, but they rub this stuff in your face. People think in the beginning of DreamWorks, they show you the man fishing for souls from the moon, and you played Pac-Man where you chase down your own soul in the Pac-Man moon. They're showing you here the clay and everything. And look, everything's in plain sight, people.
On Saturday night.
The truth is hiding in plain sight.
Look, they're moving.
Interesting. Even though you are a worthless, greedy lot.
A worthless, greedy lot. That's what you are. You need to worship each other. Time and money needs to go. You have gold fever virus. You let people die over this worthless paper backed by your own stupidity. Everybody's so greedy. Nobody knows how to share. I mean, it's just crazy. I know that it's hard to grasp these things, and you're going to need to understand something that you were told, you should have been told, I guess, and your church would have told you the story that God told Satan to worship man above God himself, and Satan refused, and he was cast down to earth. Now, here you are in your carbon 666 flesh pack. You refuse to worship your fellow man, and you're going to stay here until you learn how to worship each other and create a heaven here on earth. The solution to all problems is everybody starts worshiping each other, and we get rid of time and money. Because the time cube, you're a cube to cube to cube all day. It doesn't matter what cube you're on. Nobody can rip you or your kids away from your cubes. And all your energy is going to the black hole sun. How you guys doing? So you double cross your fingers
You see that over there? Center of the dish. Every compass points to it. So when people say to me, you repeat shit over and over and over, listen to me very carefully. I have to because you're a fucking retard and you can't see anything. It's just that simple. So the black sun. People keep asking me in email, go back to the beginning, blah, blah, blah. I mean, this is just crazy. How could people ask me that after I post so many fucking videos? You cross your fingers. Okay, that's because this the spiral coming out of the center of the dish where every compass points to. There's no way to fuck this up. This is the black sun where all your intent comes into fruition. There's no way to fuck it up. One side of a light hole's a black hole with the green astral jet shooting out. You don't have to like it. That green astral light is God. It's the goddess.
What to go to Sadlex?
अब खाने चप्पट चप्पट बनाएर
either you are mad or not. If you don't know aloneness, there is something of madness in you. Only pure aloneness gives you a clean sanity. You don't need the other. The dependence for the other is no more there. You are enough unto yourself. Language is meaningless because language is a medium to relate with the other. The moment you are no more dependent on the other, language is meaningless. Words are meaningless. In your silence, when there are no words, no language, nobody else present, you are getting in tune with existence. This serenity, this silence, this aloneness will bring you immense rewards. It will allow you to grow to your full potential. For the first time, you will be an individual. For the first time, you will have the touch and the taste of freedom. And for the first time, the immensity, the unboundedness of existence will be yours with all its blissfulness. So whatever happens in silence, either sadness or aloneness, remember in silence nothing wrong can ever happen. Manisha, the only country in the world which has devoted all its genius for the inner exploration is Tibet. Its findings are of tremendous value. Om Mani Padme Hum is one of the most beautiful expressions for the ultimate experience. Its meaning is the sound of silence